My apologies. I did not bring a video to anybody this morning, other than we just wanted to go over the sale and get started, get the show started, because we had some horses and some videos to do for you before the sale. I wanted to make sure I got that done first, and we did. So last night, little recap of last night. We had 3 horses in. Obviously, White Tiger was buried again. He better not be in the Open again, man. It's getting a little frustrating watching. You know, I know he deserved to be in the Open because he had like 2 wins in 2 seconds, and then he get up in the Open. But 4 beatings is enough, and hopefully he drops down next week. Next week into a class he can do some damage in. Now, for the horses that could actually had a shot to win last night, they both did. Per Lucky raced great, won the Open again. Short field, I can assure you, with the ownership on Per Lucky in Canada on the program, and him winning 2 Opens, it's unlikely it'll fill again, I would think, for next week. I can't imagine it will. I hope it does. It'd be nice if it did, but I can't imagine it will. So we'll see what happens with him next week. He's had a great year. He went over $100,000 made this year. For an aged horse bouncing around, he's raced in Ohio, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Indiana, and Illinois, I believe, in 2023. He's had a big year. Travels more than I do. And another big win. That's 3 in a row, 2 in a row for Per Lucky, and 3 in a row for All Gas, No Brakes. It's just such a nice horse. You know, we bought this horse. I think he's taken 3 lifetime marks or something since we bought him. That's 4 wins in like 6 or 7 starts. And he certainly is a nice... do we turn here?
No.
He certainly is a nice... This is what happened last night, yeah.
No idea.
Just relax. So, man, he no head check. It's just open bridle. It's just a nice horse to watch race, and he definitely raced great again last night. Tyler Borth is doing a hell of a job. I've watched Tyler for a very long time. I knew his grandfather, raced against him. How's that? I raced against his grandfather. Bill Borth is his granddad.
I thought it was his dad.
Are you sure it's his dad?
Yeah.
Okay, it's his dad then. I feel a little bit better now.
Yeah,
you're younger.
Bill Borth, yeah. Bill Borth was a hell of a horseman. Tyler's a good horseman too. It's nice to see a kid like that get a shot because he's put in the time, I can tell you that. He's worked his butt off for a long time, and he does a good job. Drove the horse good his last 3, and drove the horse well. So that was last night. We picked up 4 yesterday. I was, as I said, very happy when I left. Amy had me on a short leash. My throat's a little sore. She had me on a short leash today. Remember, I told everybody 5 to 7 horses. That's what I wanted. Today, as you can imagine, obviously I didn't want to pull my pants down before we went to the sale, but I wanted 3 Point Blue Chip's brother. That guy that bid $202,000, that was me. And I think we could have went to $902,000, and the people that ended up with him were still going to. That was determination from Montreal, Quebec, and they usually get what they want, and they certainly got him. We had went nowhere near the underbidder on a Chimpanzee just before him. I thought we'd have shot at the Chimpanzee, and we really could buy the Father Patrick brother to 3 Point Blue Chip, and I was horribly wrong with both. We really didn't get anything that we set out to do today. I bought Swinging Senorita's brother only out of sheer loyalty. I really thought I had a mark to $60,000 in my catalog. We already had 3 Ontario bred trotting colts. I didn't need another one. I'm sitting there watching him unfold, and it's like watching one of your friends get beat up. I there was nothing I could do, and then finally I jumped in, and I think I only bid a couple of times, and we ended up, and I had bid, I think, 32. I had bid 32, somebody bid 35. They wanted 37, and I said no. No. Guys looking at me, 37. What about 36? Well, everybody's got their tipping point. So he said 36. I said, okay, there's no way this colt is not worth $36,000. Our first screen Manalishi, Steve sold one today.
But he's not worth 37.
Well, I just didn't want to buy him. It's not. I like the horse. I priced him at 60.
Okay.
I just didn't need another Ontario bred trotting colt. We already had 3. It was clear. I didn't need any more. Okay. I was like Noah. Hey, whoa! You got enough camels? Got some zebras over there. We don't need any more. We had 3. Now we got 4. So when it comes to Ontario trotting colts, we had 4 for next year, and what a nice colt he was. I'll tell you one thing. So Steve sold his green shoe, and I told Steve, boiled over a little bit, and I told him, listen, you are one of everybody that got beat up on Green Shoe. There's nothing you do. Hopefully they come out and they race good this year, because I think everybody in racing, at least in their mind, thought he was a slam dunk. I know I did. We bred 2 of our mares to Green Shoe. So I'm cheering for them for sure. But, Steve got beat up with was that Stacy's?
Mm-hmm.
Such a nice mare too, and a good looking horse. I felt bad, I did like the horse, but again, I'm not married to Steve, and my wife would have been angry if I bought too many horses.
No.
So the horse went for 25, and I'm going to tell you one thing. Mr. Palermo, I thought was just, you ever see the Fred Flintstone when he has a steam coming out of his ears?
I didn't think I was that bad.
Oh, yes, you were. You were really bad at containing
you
yourself.
my partner
worse.
back there.
It was actually worse.
No. I've seen
you've
you.
Seen me
I've
way
seen you
worse.
blow up, but watching you stew internally is just as bad as watching you explode. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I really thought there was going to be an explosion. Like I was going to hear a thud, and there's Steve in the back having a seizure right on the floor. That's what I thought was about to happen. He was beside himself, and I said, "Listen, what are you going to do? You got beat up like everybody else on Green Shoe. It's not the mare's fault. It's not even Green Shoe's fault. It's just the way it is."
Oh, it's most certainly.
All right, I was going to say it might be Green.
Slob.
This is a family. You see what I'm dealing with? This is a family program, and you're swearing. Yes, Green Shoe had a little bit to do with it. Green Shoe had a little bit to do with it, but what are you going to do? It's not the first horse. You guys are old enough. Ralph Hanover was one, I believe. Didn't really work out that good. There's tons of them. They went on and on and on. But Better's Delight was like that his first crop also. Hopefully he can bounce back, right? It would be nice to see Green Shoe bounce back, mostly because we have 2 mares about to full Green Shoes out. So we'll see what happens with Green Shoe. Anyway, as I said to Steve, just relax. You still have your green Manalishi colt. And inside I'm thinking to myself, he's going to bring like 40. And there is going to be, somebody is going to get beat up at the sale today. I'm going wherever Steve isn't. Wherever he is, that is where I will not be. And thank God. What did he bring? 67? 68,000. So they get paid off well for the green Manalishi and law of averages, which, it must be difficult for a very analytical person to be a breeder because there's no rhyme or reason, right? At the end of the day,
pick
you
a
guys
number and get to it.
You guys wanted what for both of them? 80, right? Did I hear you say that?
Today at the beginning of the day we were going, we would really like to get 80.
So you got more than 80.
Got 93.
Right? You got 93.
Yeah.
You got 93. So you have early Steve, volcanic Steve, early, and then happy Steve.
I thought I was actually okay.
No,
I thought I talked myself off the shelf pretty quick.
We almost had a dispersal there.
Do you know, if you're
you saw you missed the whole dispersal. They're all on the sale.
Yeah, but he contained himself well. He was going to sell every mare on planet
By the
Earth.
time I got down to see Jeff, I was like, okay, we're just trimming the fat.
Yeah. So if your parents out there and your kids have done something,
I go through this every year.
If your kids have done something that you just want to wring their neck and it's in public, but you can't even get angry, but everybody around you knows how angry you are, that was Steve right there. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with that fellow there?" The lady watched you walk away. She goes, "He really doesn't like Green Shoe, does he?"
Yeah, no,
that's what she said.
It was hilarious.
No, I'm glad.
The lady sitting in the chair.
Anyway, it was a good sale. We picked up. So a number of people saw on Facebook I bought a Father Patrick filly. I did, and then I sold her. And I'll tell you why. It was actually...
Is it okay if I missed this part of the story?
No.
Now that you beat me up?
No. So Mark Weaver comes up and said, "You bought 218. I said, "Yeah, she's a nice filly." Oh, you want it at the front? Because our rooms are right there.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
You just park wherever you want.
Well,
I was going to anyway.
Then.
He's gonna drive around to his videos, though.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep driving.
I gotta get out of this.
Okay, you guys be ready. We have dinner.
Yeah,
we're
Be
leaving
ready.
in like 6 minutes.
Be ready.
Nice to meet you all.
Hello, everybody.
So he came up and he said, "You bought 218. Now 218, for those of you out there, 218 was one of the filler horses, a puzzle piece horse. And there were other horses I liked more. And I actually don't mind, from time to time when people come up, a ton of people have tried to buy our bar hopping filly. One, I love her. Two...
Can you give this back to me?
Yeah, what are those? What are those for?
Did you give that back to me?
I hope those aren't the releases that he needs. No, I didn't give them back to you. You left them. My God, you're
So
brutal.
what did you give him?
I gave them whatever you gave me, which wasn't enough. Ooh, the inner Steve in me is bubbling up, I can tell you what. Now we have to go back to the sale at some point and give them those. Anyway, from time to the filly, I just liked her too much. She was worth way more than that, and it was a slam dunk. Whereas the Father Patrick filly was a puzzle piece. You looked at her, you know, she's a good-looking filly on paper. I liked her video. I liked her presence when we went up and looked at her. Everything I liked her. I liked everything I saw about her. I liked. But when it came to her herself, you're looking on the page. Sure, the mare made $440,000. It was a break the bank K, right? So we don't know about the crosses. The second dam had one that made 182. The third dam 146. It wasn't what you would call a slam dunk pedigree. You know, it certainly was in no way the same as hip number 23 by any means. So they had come up and they said, well, you know, we'd like to buy the filly. Okay. I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I got my eye on 4 more horses that are the same type of horse later on in the sale. If I get 1 or 2 of those horses, then by all means, I'll sell you the horse. I did this one other time before, and it failed horribly. The horse ended up making $400,000 and was the first 3-year-old trotting filly to win at 49-4 at Lexington. First filly to beat 150. I bought her. If you go, what was her name again?
Pink something.
I'm Pink 2. If you go back and look at I'm Pink 2 and look at the sale catalog, go back in the archives and look at I'm Pink 2. I bought I'm Pink 2. I signed for her, myself and Joe McLeod. And then we bought a bunch of horses and I just gave the ticket to Joe McLeod. I just washed my hands of the whole situation. So I'm not a jinx guy. So I'm like, whatever. If I find one that I like better, then I'll buy it. Along came a horse that I really liked. Arrowhead Hanover. I thought the video was incredible. I'm not a video guy. It's a wonderful tool, but it's not going to straight up sell me on a horse. It just won't. I looked at the horse. I liked the horse. Really nice horse. I looked at the video again. I'm like, Jesus, a nice horse. What is this international money colt going to buy? We're going to bring. Mother only made $50,000, took a mark of 57, trotted 54-4. She was a horse. Brother, sister, whatever its name is here. I'm not even going to attempt that. Credit winner horse made $85,000, but all in the second dam, which what the Father Patrick filly did not have. In the second dam, up front Lily made $866,000, 52 lifetime wins. That was the one difference. Well, there was a lot of differences. One, their gender, but 2, just everything about them. I liked the Father Patrick filly for 18, but I loved Arrowhead Hanover for 30. And when it came down to the 2 of them again, Amy had me on that short leash, right? I didn't want to go over what I said I wouldn't, and I didn't. So I just felt that it was one or the other. Hammer dropped for 30. I could have kept them both, but I found a horse tomorrow I'm almost certain I can buy, and I absolutely love this horse. So I was at 6. Now I'm at 7. I took Arrowhead Hanover. And actually gave the ticket to Mark Weaver and Ron Burke. So they ended up with number 218 Zeldy. I like her. She's a nice filly, but beside each other, I picked the colt for 30 over the filly for 18, which you might say, well, it's a lot more money. I just thought it was a lot more horse. So that's what I went with, Arrowhead Hanover. So we only ended up with 2 horses. I bid on a number of the other ones. It was really heartbreaking to watch. I was certain. So as the day wore on, I've made this decision now. It's coming close to 3 Points Brother. Verse 9 comes in the ring, and I'm thinking, geez, this is one of the better chimpanzee colts I've seen all year. It's a really nice colt. Size-wise, I would say an above-average colt. Chimpanzee-wise. Really liked him. I had him priced at $165,000, and I'm thinking, I said to Amy, I said, you know what's going to happen? If we pass on the chimpanzee colt, we won't get 3 Point Blue Chip. That's just the way it'll go. We're not going to get either of them. So we're going to take the first one if we can. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe we get really lucky and get the horse for 65 or 70 and get 3 Points Brother for like 110. That would be perfect. Instead, I don't even know if I got my hand up for verse 9. And if I did, it was somewhere around 50 or 60. And then in the ring comes 404. Wondrous Blue Chip. And he was a good-looking horse. He's actually almost a twin, which was shocking, of 3 Point Blue Chip because he was a Father Patrick. I had him marked at $175,000. A number of people had emailed, hey, are you going to buy 3 Points Brother? Are you going after 3 Points Brother? If they were our clients, I said more than likely. And everybody wanted in. What's he really worth? I thought 175 would do it. He's a Father Patrick, but I watched Memory and Imagination's brother sell for 210 yesterday. There was 3 people bidding. I didn't know who was in the back. I couldn't see who was at the side, and I was sitting back in the middle of the road, up front, not in the back. I went back and forth, bid on him, bid him all the way to the end. I was going to stop at 190. I thought to myself, I like Memory and Imagination, and I like his brother, but neither look as good as this colt. 200, 200, and if you were paying attention to the broadcast, you saw what happened next. 202. That was me, 202. And immediately, 205. I said, that's enough. Probably too much to begin with, that's enough. And I walked away. Pops up on the board, pew, determination. We could have went to 902, we weren't getting them. So we didn't get either of the horses we wanted. I tried to get another, what was that guy's name? 431, I think. I tried to get the Drinker later on. He went for a lot more. Again, another horse I don't even know if I got a bid in. He went for like, I don't even know what he went for. A lot more than I thought he was worth. And then the rest of the day, we were underbidders on a number of horses that were like those puzzle piece horses, right? I think I went to 27 on one that went for 22, or 27 on one that went for 32 or 30. So I was underbidder. Doesn't matter. And then there's one horse, very peculiar. And we went back to look at him. He stood off a little bit. Very medium-sized horse. Okay. I was certain we'd get him for 27. Nothing really said he would cost more. Coming from Northwood, late in the sale on day number 2, medium-sized horse, stood off a little bit. Okay video, nice video. I'm thinking 27, maybe 30, and I'd probably grab him. That would be my last horse. I did like the horse on day 3, but not as much as this one. 175,000 he brought. The Bluebird horse. That was one of the most peculiar bidding sequences I've ever seen in my entire life. It was very odd. Anyway, we ended up with 2 horses today. We got our girl, Swinging Senorita's brother. Very, very happy with him. Although, as I said, nothing wrong with the colt. I just didn't need him. But at $36,000, made all the sense in the world. It trumped. That price trumped everything else around me. It didn't matter if it wasn't Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, whatever we were looking for or needed. It was not as good as a $36,000 Green Manalishi brother to Swinging Senorita that looked like that. Simple as that. And when it came to the other horse, it was just a simple puzzle piece. I loved that Hanover horse. What was his name again? $395. Arrowhead Hanover. Loved this horse. I thought he was a real good fit, and he was a step up, I felt, from the Father Patrick filly that we sold. And nobody knows for 9 or 10 months. What the hell do I know? But when I looked at the 2 horses and I looked at the 2 prices, I was happy to take the one for 30. So that's how we ended up with today. We got 6 yearlings now. I have 2 that I've already seen that I really like tomorrow. I have to pick one because... Hi, how are you? I have to pick one of them, I think, but I like both of them that I've looked at so far. The horse we're going to get tomorrow that I'm pretty sure we can afford that I really like looks like an absolute knockout. And I hope that's the one we come up with. 6 right now. We are right on track to exactly what I said we would do in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania this year. Right on track. Very, very happy with everything we've done thus far. We got one more tomorrow, I believe. One more horse tomorrow. We'll see. And then it's off to watching our broodmare prospect sell and probably looking for some race horses on Friday. With that, I'll let you go. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Good luck tonight. I know we got 3 horses racing. I know we got racing tonight, honey. We have Enzo. Good thing Steve left. We have Enzo. Don't do that. Are you going to do that? Upcoming races won't work because there's no Wi-Fi in here. Gandalf, yes, Gandalf, Enzo, and I think there's one more. Anyway, some races tonight, some races tomorrow, all throughout the rest of the week. Lots going on. Good luck to everybody tonight. I will talk to you all soon. Take care.